Good afternoon, people. It's Festival Diaries 22 and day 22. Holy moly. I am at Orton Bradley Park, just south of Christchurch for NZ Spirit South. I'm just in front of some trees and it's freaking amazing. Oh my God, love the festival site. There's like views of the Port Hills. There's amazing trees set up. The trees were here when we arrived. It's just got a cool feeling. What I wanted to speak about today is the experience of going to a transformational festival. Like all these festivals I'm going to are drug and alcohol free, and they're very much about transformation. There are literally hundreds of workshops on the schedule so that people can try everything from sound journeys to breath work to yoga to meditation to satsang, often for the first time, and get a taste of like what the spiritual world is like, what the transformational world is like, and get a sense of the teachers and the modalities that they might want to explore deeper. It's kind of like a low friction entry because you can just walk in and give it a go. So when I do a transformational festival, and I've been doing them now consistently since 2015 when I did my first prana festival. I did go to a festival when I was living in Canada in 2004 called Shambhala. And it was actually that festival that I ended up having a massive Kundalini awakening, and which eventually led 5 days later to me speaking in an ancient language that potentially sounded like Egyptian and doing spontaneous kriyas and ending up in the psych ward. So that was 2004, that festival. First festival I'd ever been to, and it literally blew my mind. So when I started in 2015, I was so intentional in how I approached festivals. So with this festival, I've set up my tent, I've got myself organized, I've gone for a walk on the land and started to connect into the land and communicate with the land, which is important to me. I like to feel into the tangata whenua and all the people that have lived on and cared for and walked upon this land for the last how many hundreds of years, and just really feel, connect, honour the tangata whenua. I like to connect into the devas of the land, the beings that inhabit the land, and just sense their presence and almost like ask permission to be here and to kind of do the work that I do. And then I have my own opening ceremony where I get really clear in terms of what my particular intention is for the festival. And I find it so beneficial to set that really clear, just trying to keep the sun off my face here, to set that really clear intention right from the get-go. And so I will do that a little bit later once I've recorded and uploaded this. I have a sense of what my intention might be, but I'm not going to share it with you because like private. But when I set that intention, what I like to do is, every day when I wake up, I feel into my intention. I feel it happening already, I orientate to it, and then when I'm moving through the day, if anything that's challenging or uncomfortable arises, I attune to my intention, remembering that when I work with intentionality, whatever's in the way of that intention, whatever belief, whatever undigested emotional experience, whatever conditioning, will often rise up to the surface so that it can be met and digested. So yeah, when challenges arise, that's how I orientate to them. I'm like, what is this challenge asking of me? Is there some kind of belief that I'm holding that is generating this challenge? Is there some conditioning in me? Am I acting from an old pattern? And so the whole way that I move through the festival, in essence, becomes ceremony, becomes ritual. And I recognize that the journey of life, which a festival is kind of a microcosm is, the journey of life is always going to have its ups and downs, always going to have challenges. There will always be people that don't like us. There will always be people that misunderstand us. There will always be dreams that we want to fulfill that can't necessarily fulfill. And so coming into a festival, which is, 4 or 5 days, it gives me an opportunity to really deeply practice accepting and surrendering to whatever's arising and aligning to center and to power and choosing as much as possible beyond conditioning how I'm going to respond. The festival space I find is a really good opportunity to experiment and explore, bringing forth different aspects of me. And that's part of what I'll be doing this festival. Like, I sort of had some feedback from some friends, etc., around how I could be more playful or more this or more that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on doing that. So tempted to jump a log back, like the sun's moving and it's just getting more and more intense. Wait, hang on. I have a solution because I have my handy parasol with me. That's better. Oh my God, that sun is just so freaking intense. Okay. So if you're coming to NZ Spirit South, come for a start. Like, if you're anywhere around Christchurch or within a couple of hours drive, come to this festival. It is going to be freaking amazing. I can feel the energy. It feels so different to the North Island Festival, and yet the essence, the spirit of it is the same. And there's quite a good solid crew of presenters, musicians, stall holders, etc., that have been going to the North Island festivals for years, and we've all come down here because, you know, for us it's like this is our community. It feels like family. You know, I've known Franco now for 7 or 8 years, and I love that man. I see his flaws, I see his weaknesses, and I see the way in which he is growing and showing up and stepping into his power as a man. I've kind of put him under the microscope a little bit in the last couple of years, because I was like, dude, what's going on? How are you showing up? What's happening? And yeah, I think he's doing good work. He's doing good work. Alrighty, I think that's it from me. So yeah, come to the festival, and when you do go to your next transformational festival, which might be this one, get really clear at the beginning on what your intention is. Create a little opening ceremony for yourself where you get grounded, get present, connect with the land, connect with the ancestors, connect with the sky, and really feel the intention that you want to bring through. Say your prayers, you know. It's a big part of how I operate as well. It's like prayers every day. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. Sending so much love to you all, and I might see some of you here at NZ Spirit South.